Hey guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. It's great to see you here. This video is a part 2 to the video that I released last Tuesday, which was my school and art supplies haul for the school year. In this video, I'll be swatching on the new art supplies that I got. And a quick disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by any of these brands. We paid our own money for these. I'll be using Crayola's new Erasable highlighters, their double-sided color pencils, a 50-pack of Super Tip markers, and the Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolor set. Timestamps for each of these things will be listed below. First, I'm going to start off with the highlighters. I went ahead and wrote all the color names. I'm just doing this on Strathmore drawing paper. So I'm going to do 4 sample sections for each color. I'll have a line with the thick part of the chisel end, a line with the thin part, overwriting, and just a block by itself. So I'm a dingus, and these definitely are not the right color names. I don't know why I wrote them out of order, but we're just gonna go with it. This one is actually Wednesdays. This is Catching Rays. This one's Good Vibes Only. This purple one is Living the Meow. This one is Stoned Watch. That one is Just Peachy. Please ignore my mistake. So now, I'm going to go ahead and use this eraser end on this open block of color and across the part over the words. This is what it looks like in real time. I haven't sped it up or anything like that. Look at how quickly that goes away and how effectively it erases. That's really amazing. And then here's what it looks like over ink. I've got to say, that is pretty cool. So a few notes. The ink does smudge a little bit, especially when you erase it. And then sometimes the tips will pick up things that have come off, like the ink, as you can see in this eraser section right here. And then, just out of curiosity, I want to see if you can highlight over a section that you've erased. So you can't re-highlight a section. So you can erase it, but if you decide you want it later, too bad. Besides my inability to properly name them, we won't talk about that. These highlighters are pretty cool. I love the pastel colors because they aren't bright and obnoxious and in your face like most highlighters are, but they still stand out on paper so you can see that it's something like, hey, look at me, I'm highlighted. It is super cool that you can erase them. The only cons I'd say it has is it does bleed the ink a little bit if you go over it, and you can't go over a section that you just erased. Besides that, these are super cool and I would recommend them. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these colored pencils, which were a bonus for these markers because I wasn't expecting to get them. So inside the packaging, here's what the colored pencils look like, and it also came with a sharpener. The pencils all come pre-sharpened, and the wrap on the outside is split between the two colors so you can see what they are. Now I'm going to go ahead and swatch each of these. I'll put them in order of their colored pairs. So here's the color selection. Some of them are kind of interesting, like this turquoise and aqua seem really close in color, and so does the golden yellow and the yellow. I would have preferred if they included maybe a tan and a yellow orange instead of some of these really close colors, but that's just me. I will also conduct a quick blendability test just because of the way they're set up. I'll try doing 2 colors that are on one pencil with each other. I would say these pencils do notably layer well, as long as you don't go super hard with the wax like over here. This is pushing full force and it's just straight yellow. If you just go very lightly, just enough to get some of the pigment down, you can go over it with another color and they do layer nicely. But they don't really blend because you can't push the pigment around when it's on the paper and get a nice blend like with, say, Prismacolors. I don't know for sure if these are a different formula, but so far they seem pretty much like the regular Crayola color pencils, just in a different format. Nonetheless, they are cool. I like them, and it was a cool free addition to the markers that I was getting anyway. Next, I'll show you my Crayola Supertips, the 50 pack. all of these colors. And there they all are, all nicely aligned. And then you can also pull out the markers just in entire sheets because they have these little plastic holders. These markers don't have any sort of labeling for the color on the marker barrel themselves. The only way you know what color it is based on the cap color and by trying to match it with the provided chart. But here all of them are for reference. And now it's time to swatch the 50 count of markers. I already took them out. This is just the box. I'm not totally sure which color is which since there aren't any labels on the barrel, so I'm kind of just guessing based on the color names, and I hope I get them right. That's definitely not right. Yeah, so one of these is already wrong. Okay, we'll just have another case of the labels might not match up with the names. But I blame Crayola for this because they don't have labels on their markers. This is definitely not that is a neon yellow. Wow. This is definitely not right. Please ignore the color names because they don't match. I don't know which color I'm missing, but I'm clearly missing one. These ones don't appear to match their cap colors. Definitely not. Yep, those are wrong in some capacity. Which one's salmon? Salmon must be one of these ones. Don't know which one tan is. We'll go with that one. We'll say this one is burnt brown. I'll say this one is gray. That black's not a very good black. It looks very dark green to me. This color chart is clearly not right because there's some blank spaces. But that's what all the markers look like. I don't know what their names are because Crayola doesn't put any names on the barrels. But here's the colors. And this is what it looks like on the box, so I probably could have gone by that to a certain extent to figure out which is which. Lastly, we have the watercolor set. So I'll go ahead and pop this bad boy open. Oh yeah, so it is printed directly on the side of the pan what color it is, so that is nice. Also, while I demonstrate these, I will be using my new Royal and Langnickel brushes. And for the watercolors, I'll be using this Great Crafts watercolor pad. So I'm just going to be choosing one color as my sample to show what each brush size looks like. So I'll do as fine as I can go with the tip, and also fanning it out of it. All of these brushes come with a plastic cover on them. Yeah, I much prefer the line weight variability you can get with the Royal and Langnickel brushes than with the provided Winsor and Newton brush. As you can probably tell, I'm not the most experienced with watercolors. I'm going to go ahead and use the size 6 brush for all of this. So all of this down will be this color, and across will also be the color. And then for each section, I'm just going to go over each section once, each respective color. So this one will be Azalean Crimson Hue, both down and across, so I'll be going over it twice with the same color. Then all of these I'll just do it once, and all of these I'll just do it once. Again, I'm a dingus, and we'll just pretend that didn't happen. This second row is supposed to be red all the way across. This cadmium red looks very orange, which I'm okay with, but it does not look like the color on the packaging. I'm going to be changing my strategy slightly the way I'm doing this. I'm going to do all of the down rows first, and then I'll come back into the across. Because when I do the down, the blended over here will be with this color first, and then when it's this way, it'll be the across color second. I messed up the way that I did it with the red. This and this will be the same color. The way it should look is this one would have been what it would look like with the crimson red pale hue down first, and that's what it would look like with the crimson pale hue down second. Again, I messed it up with the red. We'll just ignore everything that's red. Besides that, we're good. Again, as I do this, you can probably tell how much I am not a watercolor artist. I hope to improve over this time, though, because watercolor is a pretty cool medium. You can do a lot with it. This intense blue is very intense. I think I did these two wrong. I definitely did. This is definitely ultramarine. So like I said earlier, I already did the red for this one, but what I want to do for the rest of the colors, this way I went first with this color, and this way I'll go second with this color, so instead of being an exact repeat on these diagonals, it'll look a little bit different. So here, this color combination and this color combination are the exact same two colors, but in this spot, the orange went down first and then the yellow, and here the yellow went down first and then the orange. That's the difference that I was trying to show that I messed up on with this red. You try to get something all perfect and aesthetic, and then you just mess it up completely. Here I am. Oh no, I just got blue in it. Let's try that again. So here's the final result of my watercolor color chart. It was going well until about here. These two I switched, and then all 5 of these are switched in some capacity. So we'll just pretend only this section exists, and it looks great. It looks great. Anyway, I hope this gives a pretty good idea of what these colors looks like. In all, I'm pretty happy with them. I don't like the watercolors where you look at the package and they look really dry and chalky, like some of these. Because when you paint with them and they dry really chalky as well, and it's just not fun. But these ones, they're very saturated. I enjoy the colors, especially this cadmium red, because I wasn't expecting it to be so orange, but I do enjoy that. I do wish there were a purple or a black, but I should be able to make those with the colors that I have. I'm also very happy with these paintbrushes. They hold water pretty well, and they are nice sizes. Of all the things that I got and tried today, I'd probably have to say that the watercolors are my favorite. They're also the ones that I know the least about what I'm doing with them, so I have a lot of learning to do, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below and tell me which art supplies your favorite was and which you'd like to try out. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with others. I'll see you in the next video.